friends call me a feeder. My mom's Chinese, so like it's ingrained in me to feed people all the time. And her way to lure them over was with food. A lot of my friends are British. They eat really fast. It would weirdly be like ugly delicious. Just eat better when you're sitting on plastic stool. You can get like more involved. You go to Thailand, like even if the sun is not on you directly, you are sweating. People who just come for a really good time and love eating, like get very enthusiastic about what they're eating, but also bring their own stories.
Hello and welcome back to Tables to Talk About. This week's guest is Romany Henry, who's a culinary trained chef turned content creator with the handle Dudu Eats. She was born in Hong Kong and raised in Phuket, two places we both have in common. As for any of you who don't know, I grew up in Hong Kong and spent my childhood back and forth visiting Phuket where my dad lives. Ro is also a regular at Mob Kitchen with a focus on representing her Southeast Asian flavours and culture through her cooking. As expected, there was lots of Asian food chat in this one. She also draws immense inspiration from her mother, who she chats about in this episode loads, and who taught her how food can be a form of self-expression, preservation and love. They also made a chili oil together, available exclusively on DELLI, so make sure you check that out. I think it's sold out right now, but I'm sure she's probably bringing it back. I've left this one dying to go back to Phuket immediately, so brace yourself for at least needing a Thai takeaway tonight. My stomach is rumbling, so I won't make you wait any longer. Let's get into it. Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. We're just laughing because there's a little 3, 2, 1 countdown when I press record, and we were chatting about photo booth.
Yeah, we were like, this is like photo booth when we used to do our profile pictures on Facebook. Just bringing it back.
It was so chaotic. Like, that was the era of like, also upload every single photo that you took on a night out to Instagram.
Oh yeah, but I miss those times because it's such a nice way to be like, what happened? What did we do yesterday? And then someone's posted 1,300.
Yeah, someone's like, I've actually got every single moment of the night.
Yeah, yay! So handy.
And you're like, oh God.
Yeah, I know. You're like untag, untag, untag.
Oh my God, untag.
Yeah, I know. I was like, can't let my parents see that. Not that one.
You're like, why did you tag me in that? Everyone's gonna see it. Oh my God, I feel like I've blocked out all of those memories.
Oh, girl, just go on your Facebook wall and then that will all be relived.
Good times on the internet forever.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, of course. I'm very excited.
Chat about your dream dinner party. Do you want to start off by telling us a little bit about you and what you do and how you got into it?
My name is Romany Henry. I started 2 years ago now. Exactly, actually. Well, almost 2 years ago. I actually was a dancer first. But then I was like, yeah. And then my mom said to me one day, she was like, Dudu, what happens if, you break your leg? Classic Asian mom, like so dark, but caring at the same time. And I was like, yeah, I probably should get some other things. So I was in arts educational school in Chiswick when I was 14. I left Thailand to go to that dance school because in Thailand there's like, it's island life, so very chill, but very, very chill. Yeah, I went to Hartwood House and then I studied film. And then I went to Bristol, did film. And then after that, I was like, gosh, I really want to do some cooking with my film. And then I went to culinary school, went to Leeds, did that for a year. That was during COVID though. So like the last part, it was a little bit tricky. The first 2 terms were not in COVID, and then the last terms they had to break us up into like groups of 6, and we wore masks. But the only bonus of it was every single day there was a taste test. And in the beginning of the first 2 terms, we had like one plate between like 40 people. And if you were in the first row, like these people were hungry. So if you were in the back, it was like you're like licking the bowl. So when it was COVID, everyone got like a whole
The only COVID pro. Yeah.
And then after that, it was COVID, so I didn't go into restaurants because, well, there was like no such thing as hospitality anymore for a while, which was very sad. But it gave me this random job. I worked for a cookie dough company, and I was like doing their recipes and some of their social media. Yeah, and it was like it's just doing it at home, so it's quite like a nice way to actually test the water without putting my face out there. And then I did that until COVID kind of calmed down, and then I just started doing my own stuff. I did this like Japanese milk bread as one of like my first few, and then people loved the milk bread, and I was like, oh my god, this is scary.
I'm onto something.
I was like, Asian food, let's go. And then I just sort of worked slowly from there until today.
I mean, smashed it if you only really started like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's been wild. But it doesn't feel like it. It feels like yesterday. I still feel very new to everything always.
Yeah, I guess it like all blurs into one as well. So we're going to talk about your dream dinner party. Do you like to host?
I love hosting. It's like my favorite thing. My friends call me a feeder because my mom's Chinese, so like it's ingrained in me to feed people all the time. My mom definitely has like given me that people should leave uncomfortably full rather than hungry. Like never dare let anyone be hungry. That would honestly break my heart if someone was like, "Oh, I'm still a bit hungry." It's always like, "Oh my god, bro, I can't breathe." Like enough.
Yeah, because like I mean, we were just chatting before we started recording about like actually how we have a lot in common because I also grew up in Hong Kong and then moved to Thailand. So like I remember eating like my dad works a lot in China and I remember having to like eat Chinese meals and like all the culture around like if there's no food left then it's rude because people feel like you've left hungry, like you could have eaten more. So it's all like very
That's silly.
you've got to think about all the things.
I know. You gotta think about all the things in Chinese culture, but like such weird things as well that are so different to Western eating. But I like it. I love a feast. It's like the biggest joy when you walk into a dinner party and there's so much food. My friend, one of my best friends, she's from Kerala, and very same ideology. Like you walk in and there's just like food everywhere, and you're like, yes.
I love that though. Like, you don't want to go to a dinner party where there's not enough food.
Yeah, and you gotta share so many things, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
And you're like, can
No,
you
I
pass
wanna.
that before like everyone eats it all?
Yes. Also, I'm a slow eater.
Yeah.
I'm so slow, so comes at my disadvantage when I'm at dim sum
Hmm.
because dim sum is like first come first serve. I'm too slow, and a lot
Yeah.
of my friends are British, and like I think they eat really fast because dim sum is meant to go over like 4 hours. It's like
Yeah.
20 minutes with them.
Mhm. You're like, these are my pieces and I'm going to keep them over here.
Yeah, but actually, what I do is I just let everyone eat, and because I order when I go to dim sum, I take over the menu. It's quite fun. Everyone's like just gives me the menu, and then I just order, and I know how much I order, so I know people cannot finish. So I just kind of let them go until they're full, and then I'm like the Hoover, and my mom and I just come in and we just sweep.
You're like, this will be a test if you can finish all of this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, don't worry, I'm ready. I'm standby.
When you were growing up, was you said your mum's like a feeder as well?
One of the main rules that my mom had was I can see my friends whenever, like sleepover was such a big deal when you're younger.
Hmm.
And it's like you kind of had an allowance because then your parents were like, be home, please. My mom was like, anyone can come over whenever. And like, I never really went to other people's houses. And her way to lure them over was with food. I'd be like, oh, my mom's going to cook. And they'd be like, oh, okay, like, we'll
Yeah.
come into yours. So
Yeah.
she would feed, always being a feeder. Actually, vivid memory is swim training. I went
Yeah.
to a very sporty school in Thailand. International schools, I think, in Southeast Asia were very sporty, like sport
Hmm.
focused. Everyone had like cereal for breakfast after training. I'd have like dumplings or like Hong Kong macaroni soup.
Love
It was
that.
always so good. And all the kids with their cereal, like, meh.
You'd be like, late.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, Cocoa Pops. Although I did love the
Mm.
chocolate milk part of the Cocoa Pops.
Can you get Cocoa Pops in Thailand?
Yes, they called it Cocoa Crunch.
Yeah, Cocoa Crunch. I like grew up eating Cocoa Crunch. It's not the same though, is it? They're like,
Yeah, it's more like cookies, like little half moon cookies.
yeah, delish.
Yeah, super delicious.
And Milo was the other one.
Oh, oh my god, girl, Milo. I would just eat the powder because it was so yummy.
They had a cereal as well. It was like little balls.
Yes, they did. The green box, the little boy, the football
Yeah,
guy. Yes, they did.
that one was so
Oh,
good. You can't go wrong with chocolate cereal, I feel.
no, I know. It's like
Mm.
candy, isn't it?
Just eat it straight out of the box. You don't need the milk. Where are you going to be hosting your dinner? Set the scene for us.
Okay, dream dinner. I feel like I talk about my mom a lot, but she is kind of like the icon in my life. So it would be
Hmm.
at her house because she
Love that.
has everything. Like her pantry is like an Asian grocery store.
Love.
Every single sauce. And like true Asians will know there's no such thing as like just a soy sauce. Like there's
Yeah.
like 20 brands of soy sauce, like
Hmm.
20 brands of dark soy sauce. You got mushroom, you got aged, or you got like oyster sauces. So she's got
Hmm.
everything. So it would be here.
The dream.
Also, Yeah, we have a very good flow when we are cooking together. We don't
Love
really
that.
need to talk, and we kind of
Mm.
know each other's roles because I've hosted my friends before with my mom. So and also she's a vibe. So yeah,
Yeah,
100%
love
mom's
that.
house.
Would you be hosting together?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I thrive best when Mun is there.
To help out. Also, I think if you're co-hosting, like you've both got a chance to like be in the kitchen, but also like be chatting to everyone, right? You're not just like, oh, give me a sec.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's always like, Dudu, you go to Hulk. I clean. I'm like, okay, okay, I'll do that.
That sounds perfect. We're at your mum's house.
Yeah.
What are you doing with the table?
So we actually spoke about this off camera as well because you are a beautiful table designer. Is that
Hmm.
what? How would you call
Yeah,
it? Table
table,
design,
like event designer, table stylist,
event
table
designer, table,
scaper.
anything to do with tables.
Yeah,
You're my girl.
just make when people don't understand, I'm just like, I make things look nice.
I need that because I actually love going to restaurants and I admire like the very like natural uh, clay plates and those beautiful interior designs. I love like simplicity, modern with like big plants, that Scandinavian Japanese vibe. I love so much. But I was saying to you, if it was my own, it would weirdly be like ugly delicious, like Thai plastic plates, that like kind of ugly delicious pink pastel and blue pastel and white.
Yeah, I know it
The metal
well.
spoons. Yeah, yeah. The metal spoons. Everyone know the metal spoons that look like almonds. They're so good to eat with.
So good. And they're also like, they're literally like 50p for like 20 of them in 7-Eleven or Tesco. What is it? Tesco Lotus.
Oh my god, Tesco Lotus. So
It's
good.
not the same as UK
Um,
Tesco, by the way, everyone.
like couldn't be further from. I think
It's
British
really
people would be
different.
shocked. Maybe like, although if you're talking about value, great value. Yeah, it would be very Thai style and 100% if I could get plastic stools. Everyone would be sitting on
Mhm.
plastic stools. You
Yeah.
just eat better when you're sitting on plastic stool. You can get like more involved in the table. I don't know, like your stance is like less rigid,
Mhm. Yeah,
you know?
I know what you mean.
Um, yeah, maybe if I could get everyone in like sandals, like sliders.
Maybe you could have sliders for everyone like at the door as they come in.
Yeah, because you know what? If it's at mom's house, no way are people wearing shoes in the house. Mom will be like, "You want to die? Asian household, no shoes."
Is this an indoor vibe or an outdoor vibe?
Depends on the weather. I mean, it's so nice to be outside. If it was sunny, definitely outside, but under shade because eating under sun is too intense. Especially I'm gonna do a lot of spicy food. That's too much heat coming in from every direction.
Yeah, you can't eat spicy food in like direct sunlight. Or you can, but it's just like extra stressful.
Too much stimulus.
I have a really good image of this in my head.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like sweaty, wet. There's like snot coming out your nose. But to be fair, if you go to Thailand and you eat, like even if the sun is not on you directly, you are sweating. Like you're just constantly wet. Like I remember I would have like 3 showers every day just because I was like, oh my God, I just need like some form of cold air. I think that's why when you go to Bangkok or Phuket, there's just super malls everywhere because otherwise people would just melt. Like you need the AC. I remember coming here for the first time being like, mom, where's the AC? I was like, they don't have that here. Yeah, crazy.
That's why as soon as you get the first hot day of the year, you see like 18 people in the supermarket with a fan.
Yeah, I know. I'm
It's
like,
my
you're
favorite thing. It's like, oh, it's time for everyone to panic buy a fan
yeah.
again.
Yeah, but actually I'm like that. I've definitely climatized in my body. Like as
Mhm.
soon as I'm cold all the time in England. Like even
Yeah,
today
same.
it's sunny and I was wearing a hoodie.
You don't fully get used to it if that's what you're like you grew up used to. I feel like going to school when it's that hot must have been like hard. I guess it was kind of the same in Hong Kong for me though, but it's more like humid than hot in Hong Kong.
I actually, when I went back to see my friends when I was like 15, I used to play football in Phuket. They're like, oh, why don't you just join football practice? And I was like, okay. I almost died because I was not used to the 30-degree heat. And like the girls are just like running up and down. Also, I was being midfield at that point. So I was like really running up and down.
Oh
I had
my
to stop.
god.
I was like, I am actually scared I'm going to die because it was so hot and I couldn't breathe. But they were just chilling. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, no, I'm Western. I'm changed.
They didn't know any different, I guess.
Yeah, they're just chilling.
Yeah, that's tough. You don't uh, you can't like midday in Thailand, you can't do anything like that requires like movement.
No, I agree. You get watermelon shake. Go get a
Yeah,
mango shake.
a lemon shake is
So
my
good.
favorite.
Oh yeah, or Manao soda. Did you
Yeah,
have Manao
Manao
soda?
soda is the best drink of all time,
Oh,
I think.
it'll rot your teeth, but it's so good.
No, yeah, really, really, really sugary. For anyone listening that has no idea what we're talking about, it's literally like a I'm trying to think what you would compare it to. It's
Like
like
Sprite. It's like Thailand Sprite kind of,
yeah, but
but
it's way, way, way better than Sprite.
yeah, but the flavor is like fresh lime. Like it's Thai lime. It's got that like delicious key lime kind of flavor, but so sweet that like after you drink it, you can't rub your teeth together.
Yeah.
Did you ever
It's
get that?
also yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's
Yeah.
also an incredible mixer.
Oh girl, no. No, let her be. No, these are my sober memories.
Am I ruining it?
These are my innocent memories. Just catch me next time, like you see me Manao soda into my vodka, being like, "So can I get a vodka lime soda with
I
Manao
mean,
in
it's like
Dalston?"
a incredible vodka lime soda.
Yeah, I can so see it. It's giving margarita kind of.
Yeah, it is. It gives Margaret. Yeah, yeah, it's good, but like fizzy. Yeah, don't knock it till you try it.
I know. I'm definitely gonna try it as well.
I've still not found anywhere here that you can buy it though. Have you?
Actually, you know what? I haven't seen it in so many years.
I always look, but
If I find, I send you.
yeah, let me know. Although you just yeah, you can't like it's like one every once in a while because it's so sugary. We're at your mum's house. We've set the table.
You set the table.
I've set the table to your guidelines with lots of plastic. Who are you inviting?
So definitely my close friends,
Mhm.
100%. Means most when your friends are there. And my brother and his girlfriend, his
Mhm.
two sausage dogs, as like
Mhm.
entertainment. And then, as in like like for the other
You can
people,
have one dead, one alive, one fictional as your extras.
my dad maybe. I've been seeing a lot of Julia Child recently on my YouTube. People recreating her videos, and she's sort of been living in my head. So maybe her, just because she's kind of got grandma vibes. Wouldn't it be like so sweet to feed her? A lot of her videos are not very Asian, so I would love to see her experience like fish sauce and oyster
Mm.
sauce, like all of those like
Mm.
very savory umami Asian flavors for the first time.
Yeah.
And I think she would love it. I think she'd be like, oh my god, this is brilliant.
You'd be like feeling like you were educating.
Yeah, and like the queen herself. That would be really cool. Yeah. Julia Child introduction to Thailand. Hong Kong. Give her some like beef stomach or something. She'd be into it.
Yeah, nice. Okay.
And alive would be would be my grandparents, Gong Gong Popo from Hong Kong,
Yeah.
because I've never fed them.
Have you not?
No, I've never fed them. I don't see them very often because
Mm.
they're scared to travel, and they live in Hong Kong. But I send them pictures. I only have Facebook Messenger for them. Otherwise, that would be deleted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got one of those that I
Yeah,
sent
right?
to chat to on Facebook Messenger. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's always like one, like that old school person that you love, and you're like, okay, I will take up space on my phone, storage
Yeah.
just for you. Um, yeah, and Gung Gung was my grandpa. He actually was the cook of the family, and a lot of my core memories of food because they I was born in Hong Kong and they helped raise me with my mom for like the first 6 years. A lot of my core memories are his food, and also Popo, my grandma, taking me to dim sum, eating a lot of dim sum. There's actually a rule with my grandparents: you're never
Mhm.
allowed to say you like something because if you
Okay.
do, they will literally order it again, like in that moment. It's really how they show their love.
Yeah.
I think that's where my obsession with food must have been ingrained because I was
I
like,
love
oh,
that.
love equals food.
From a young age, yeah. Do you think you'd be nervous to cook for them?
No, I would be so excited because they would be so cute. They would be so excited as well. And I would just be very like filled with love in that moment because Popo is like the most hyper lady. Like my brother went to go see her recently. She's 85 and they both do Tai Chi in the morning, 5 a.m. They're like super fit. And she was like, Zachary! And like ran to him from like the other side of the airport. Yeah, she's so
Oh my
cute.
god, so cute.
Yeah, I know. I'm going in November to see
Are
them.
you?
So
I was going to ask how
hopefully.
often you go back.
Yeah, it's been like almost 8 years since I've seen them. Yeah, it's been too long.
Did you have a Hong Kong ID card?
Yes, it just
Passport? Oh yeah,
expired.
because you're born in Hong Kong, so you have it forever.
Yeah, yeah, it
Mm.
expired. I'm going back to renew it, but yeah, I'm very excited to see them.
I still have one, but because I wasn't born in Hong Kong, I have to go back
Uh,
every so often to keep it. And I thought I
oh, good
lost it after
excuse.
COVID. Yeah, I thought I lost it
Oh,
because I hadn't been in like 6 years. But I went the last time I went that way, I went via Hong Kong to see if I still had it, and I still had it. So that's great.
wow,
Yeah,
so handy.
you get through the queue real fast.
Oh, girl, you feel so smug as well. You're just like, doo doo, bye.
Also, they always like look at me like, "Girl, you're in the wrong queue," and I'm like, "No, no, no."
Oh, what
Love that.
this? What this?
This magic card.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It is
funny.
magic.
Okay, so you've got dead, alive, fictional.
I was gonna say, I don't know if this really counts, but have you seen Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah. Long time ago though.
But do you remember the little animation just before? It was a mom with her bow, and she gets this little bow. It's a little Pixar animation, and it is the cutest animation ever. And it just like they surprised it to you at the cinema. I think it's Kung Fu Panda 2. Yeah.
I'll have to look after this.
Yeah, just go on YouTube and find it. It's so cute. And she makes bow, and then her bow comes to life. And like she
Oh,
raises this bow, and it's like a metaphor for her son. That bow was at my dinner party. So cute.
incredible. Just a bow on a plastic stool.
Wow, yeah, not just eat, just like everyone's like a little bow. I feel like that's how I imagine my children to be in the future, just all
Yeah.
these like little bows.
Oh, so
Yeah,
cute.
yeah.
Okay,
So that would be my
cool.
fictional.
Incredible guess.
Yeah, I know. Quite the range.
What do you think makes a good dinner party guest?
You know, my friends are actually very good dinner party guests
Mm,
because they bring the vibes. I feel like people who just come for a really good time and love
yeah,
eating, like get
yeah.
very enthusiastic about what they're eating, but also bring
Hmm.
their own stories because
Yeah.
I love listening. Like I actually don't like, I know this like surprises some people, but I don't like when the conversation's about me when people come to my
Hmm.
house. I
Hmm.
love to hear people's stories and like, especially when they're if it's like someone kind of new when you go to like dinner
Hmm.
parties with people you don't really know. I love
Yeah.
to hear their stories and things. So when people are really open to sharing some things about themselves is a good
Hmm.
guest. And just like, you know, loves food, loves talking about
Yeah.
food. And I love when people are at dinner parties and we share our favorite restaurants.
Yeah. And then you leave like, I'm gonna go try that and I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because like I don't know some cuisine. So like recently I got some really really good like Italian recommendations because I don't really eat Italian food. So yeah, very useful.
Where what were the recommendations? Share them with us.
It's I haven't
Okay.
been yet. It's called Dala. Have you heard of it?
No, in London.
It's in London. Yeah. It's this guy, he's Portuguese Canadian and it just looks really really good. My last incredible Italian experience was manteca. So this looked kind of like manteca, but apparently it's like not the traditional sorry, not the typical Italian food you get when you go to Italian restaurants. It's like very traditional. So like a lot of like small Mediterranean inspired plates, like lots of seafood and little bits. Quite fun, I feel, to go Italian and get that side of it.
Okay, nice. Yeah, Manteca has
Yeah.
been on my list for a while. I haven't
Manteca's
been
so
yet.
good. I
Mm.
definitely think it's been hyped so much though. So I think people's expectations are like through the roof when they
Yeah, I
go.
think that's hard these days though with like social media and everything. Like somebody posts one video and then it's suddenly got like
Yeah,
millions of views and you like it looks great, but you don't know if it is as great as
exactly. I know that's one thing I really struggle with my own social media. I turn down invitations because I research them and I don't want to go somewhere. I have the awkward thing where they will pay for the bill, but then I won't share it if it's not good. And then I feel quite bad because I'm like, well, they paid for it.
yeah,
So,
and you don't want to
yeah.
like dilute what you're sharing.
Yeah, and I would never share something I didn't like. Exactly, because I get it for like sometimes I don't get it for free. Sometimes I'll pay for it, and I won't share it if it's not good, of course. But I'm not gonna share something if it's not good, and then people go pay for it. And also, London is so expensive. So if you're going out to eat, it's gotta be worth it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you don't want someone to like listen to your recommendation and go for like a really special meal and then be
Yeah,
like, that wasn't
yeah. Be
great.
like,
Yeah.
I have no money and I'm still hungry.
I do think that's so common now though. Like you can end up spending an absolute fortune on a meal that can be incredible, but you can leave still hungry and you're like, it was great, but now I need to eat something else.
Yeah, yeah. You get home and you're like, Why have I opened the fridge?
Yeah.
What's that?
Okay, good segue. Food and drink. We've set the
Yes.
scene. You've got your guests. Everyone's on their
Yes.
plastic chairs, plastic
Yeah.
stools. What are we going to be eating and drinking? You can do them like together if you've got separate drinks for separate things.
I feel like for drinks we gotta add Manao soda. It's gotta be in there. I want a Manao soda right now. So Manao soda is there for drinks and spicy margarita. I know it's basic, but I am basic and I love spicy margarita. But specifically no sugar. I don't like sweet. I like it so sour and lots of tahini like on the rim. So you can like lick it. You know, sometimes I just like I want more. I've asked before, can I have more tahini just so I can keep licking the glass.
Yeah, can you get me a new glass with a new rim?
Or just the bowl.
Yeah, but how do you do the rim again
No, you just put it
once
in
you've
your
still got
hand.
marg in there? Mm.
Yeah, yeah, the marg in there.
The,
No,
the
you just
marg's
put
just
the
got tahini floating in it now.
so tahini, margarita, Manao soda, and coconut shake. Coconut shake, mango shake. Those would be my drinks. I love coconut shake, but with the fresh meat inside as well. And then for food, so for food, I think
Here we go.
I'm gonna have to like rein it back a little
She
bit
just
though,
sat
because
up. For anyone not watching this, she just like
yeah.
literally sat up and got closer to the camera. Like, let me
Food
get
will get me
comfy.
going. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The food does that to you, you know? It's like, when you're sleeping in a car and then suddenly it's like drive through and you're like, oh, I'm awake.
Yeah, I was just
Um,
pretending to be asleep.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I just wanted to eat. For starters, I would go dumplings. So the whole setup would be very dim sum style. So like lots of small plates. This is controversial, but I love boiled dumplings more than fried dumplings. So like very Chinese style, like delicious boiled wheat wrapper. Inside is like juicy pork and chive, the best. And then some siu mai as well, some fresh siu mai, but with crab. Have you had those tar croquettes in dim sum? Have you had dim sum before?
Yeah, I've had dim sum before, but no,
There's
I
these
don't think.
like little, oh, they're so special. They're purple on the inside and on the outside they
Mm.
look like a beautiful web. It's like a Chinese version of a croquette, but it's got like shiitake, pork, and then the taro, which almost acts like a potato. And then the exterior is like so crispy. Like if you were to like imagine it in your head, it looks like a cotton ball on the outside. Like it's very like fraily and it is so because I
Oh,
think
I
people
feel
be
like
like,
I
what
might
is
have
that?
had these before.
Yeah, yeah, or seen them.
If you were going for dim sum in London, where would you go?
Yeah, I actually have a few places inside Scoop. If you want really cheap and you're in Chinatown, I go Lido. It's like the most authentic experience you can get to Hong Kong. So don't expect like high quality meats. Like it's like very the local people. You go in and it's like gung gung popos, auntie uncles everywhere. Like if you're from Hong Kong, when you go into a dim sum restaurant, it's like clang 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 clang. You're like lemon, it's like hectic. You're like wow, dim sum.
Yeah, you
Um,
can't go if you're like stressed out already.
no, 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 no.
Disaster.
Don't go. Yeah, high cortisol girls. Not for you. Not for you, honey. And don't get bole. Okay, get jasmine tea because if you get bole, you drink that all dim sum. It's really high caffeine. You can actually feel it in your heart. So, again, high cortisol girls get
Right.
jasmine or chrysanthemum, not bole.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
um, and then otherwise, Royal China is like a really good baseline. Like it will always be good. Royal China, Jared Street, or Royal China Baker Street if you want like a more elevated experience. It's a lot more like white tablecloths. Otherwise, the one in Jared Street, Chinatown, really good. And then Gold Mine, also very good. Queensway. Yeah, all of them really good, but different price points. So it depends what you want.
All right. Dim sum for starter.
Chili oil on the table, of course.
Yes. Your chili oil.
My chili oil, yes. Dudu chili oil.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. Oops.
Your last run sold out so fast, right?
It sold out in 10 hours.
That is wild.
It is crazy. It was really special. It was a very, very
Yeah.
special moment. Couldn't believe it.
What made you decide to do that in the first place?
Actually, this girl called Sam Wong, she does Little Wong Bakes. She works for DELLI and she was like, hey, we love your content. Do you want to sell chili oil? And I was like, always wanted to sell chili oil with my mom. But was never planning to do it so soon because I just started making content 2 years ago and I'm still very much trying to figure it out. She was like, okay, well, what about in 3 weeks? And I was like, oh, and I just said yes because I was like, if I have like that, I'm like the kind of person that works off stress. So if I have the stress deadline, I was like, I'll get it done. And so we only did 60 jars, and that sold out in a day. And then so we did it again, 250, and then that sold out. And then we did this one. And then we're going to do a bigger drop at the end of September.
How long does it take you to make like the how like 250 jars?
Well, this time we made 350 because we always have to make a bit extra.
Yeah,
Um,
to make
it
sure
took
you got enough.
yeah, because things always happen and whatever. But we were on quite a tight deadline, so we didn't leave the house for 4 days. I went out to do yoga on the last day because I was like, I need to do
I need to
something
get
that's
out.
like mindful. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, the sky's blue, so nice.
It's nice to be outside.
Yeah, that fresh air. I've been like smelling like shallots
Were
and
you
garlic for the
like,
last 4 days.
yeah, I bet. I bet you were like
Yeah,
oozing.
yeah, I was delicious. I was like, I'm the fried rice. I'm the walking fried rice.
You should have brought one with you, like, guys, I know it's me, but buy one.
Yeah, always networking, even at yoga. People doing their downward dogs. I'm just there with a chili oil. Oh,
Oh, sorry, I didn't see that.
yeah, this is my chili oil.
Incredible. Did you rope loads of people in to help?
My relatives, my auntie and uncle from Hong Kong, they came for my cousin's graduation. And just coincidentally, it was the same time. So my auntie helped me peel 5 kg of baby shallots, which took 3 hours. So without her, I would have had so much extra work to do. And then my uncle and my cousin, they helped sterilize all the jars whilst we were making the oils. So that was really useful. And then my housemates came at the very end to do the labeling, which saved me like another 3 hours. So yeah, it was really nice. People so nice. Yes. Yeah. We paid them in boiled eggs. We did like a little boiled egg taste test at the end, and I gave them all the jar of chili oil. I was like, no money this time, but I feed you.
As always. Okay, so you've got chili oil with your dumplings.
And then I would go in with Thai fried chicken. Have you had Thai fried chicken?
Yes. There's one particular person on side of road that my dad's girlfriend goes to, and like we'll all have like just got up like whenever I'm back there, which actually isn't that often, it's like every couple of years, but whenever I'm back there, like you wake up and there's like already fried chicken and sticky rice on the table because she has to go
Yes.
early or she'll miss it.
Yes. In the paper, right? And the
In the
paper is
paper,
soaked
yeah.
in oil. And you're like, and then you're like, where's sticky rice? And it's like in
And
its
you're
own
like, I can't
plastic.
eat this for breakfast, but I have no self-control, so okay.
Oh, girl, no, you can. This is the thing. I'm like, Asian breakfast is so lit. I don't get it why
Literally.
we don't eat like that here.
Yeah.
You eat fried chicken, you eat congee, you eat like stir fried greens in the morning. So good.
Yeah, it's literally just like a bag with paper, like fried chicken. She's just like filled the paper with the fried
Yeah,
chicken, and
yeah,
then like little bags of sticky rice. And you
yeah.
just
Little
grab some
bags of
sticky
sticky
rice,
rice.
grab so
Oh.
good.
And the shallots. That's what makes it
Yeah.
so fragrant and
Mm,
delicious is the shallots in the oil. Then they
yeah.
take all those shallots out, but they keep them and they put them back on the sticky rice when you get it. And that's the special, like apart from the
Yeah.
marinade, which is like got some nice like
Yeah.
coriander, soy sauce. And also Thai fried chicken is gluten free.
Yeah, I feel like I knew that.
It's rice flour.
Yeah,
So gluten free
ideal.
girlies. But then soy sauce. Not gluten free.
Mm,
So that would be like the beginning into the main. I would also have crispy pork belly. It's so good. I make a very juicy one, and I would serve it with some guabaos, which is like bao, but it looks like a taco. You know those bao that looks like tacos? It's called guabao. Serve that with some like pickles and just crispy pork belly. You don't need much more than that. One of my favorite Thai dishes is a whole steamed sea bass, and then it gets covered in like a lime chili garlic broth, and it comes to table with like these two little tea-like candles, and it's like bubbling. So like that, yeah, it's very good. It's so tender, and like the taste of it is like nam jim. Have you heard of nam jim dipping sauce? It's like a seafood sauce, green and limey garlic fish sauce, so delicious. That with some fresh steamed rice. I think I'm just explaining my like death row meal now.
yeah, fair. I think I would
I'm
have
like,
to do death row meal. Also, for my death row meal, I would have Thai for my main.
yeah, Thai is so good. It just hits. It's like it's got all. It's so fusion actually. Like it's very Vietnamese, Chinese.
And I feel like with Thai, like you could have a bit of everything. Like you could order all sorts of things, and you just share everything, and then you've got all the different flavors, and it's just like
Exactly everything to share. So
everything
many
like
honest.
hits
Yeah.
a different spot.
Oh yeah, you got like fresh, then you got like savory, and then you got some sweet, sour, and then you got like loads of like, and then I'd have to have a form of something like a spicy sour salad, either with like mango, and there's this dressing called nam jiu, which is like a roasted rice dressing. They toast the rice until it's like dark brown, really, really dark brown, and when you grind it up and you put it on things, it tastes like popcorn, but they toast the rice with lime leaves and lemongrass and galangal, so it's like this like really aromatic, toasty popcorn sprinkle, and it just so much aroma. So yeah, that would probably be the mains.
What's your like when you go back to Thailand? What's the first thing that you order every time? Like, what's the thing that you like land and you're like,
Yam
I'm
won
going to
sen,
get that immediately?
yam won sen, 100%. It's Thai glass noodle salad. Really spicy, really sour. It's like a mung bean noodle, and then all the fresh seafood. And then it's just like I can't. It sounds so boring because it's got the word salad, Thai glass noodle salad, but it literally translates to that yam won sen. But it is really special, and if you have not tried it, just you should order it next time and say my al pet. I don't want spicy because it's like the spiciest dish.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah, so spicy but so good. And then I would definitely get tom kha coconut, the creamy coconut soup, that with fresh rice. It's like a white Thai soup
Yeah, maybe.
with coconut broth. And there's lots of like galangal. It's super simple, but it's like comfort food. I would get that. And I would get also, oh my God, there's this dish which is an entire fried fish. The whole fish is fried. And then they cover it in red curry. Ridiculous. That and crab fried rice and Thai omelet. So just those. Those are the
Just
first
a
few
little
things I'm gonna
meal.
get. Yeah, just those.
Yeah, and that's just for me. Okay.
Yes, yeah. Oh, I didn't know we were sharing.
Oh my god, it's just so good though.
It really
You
is.
just, yeah, you can't beat. And you can also, what I love about Thailand is you can go anywhere, right? And
Food's
everything's
good.
delicious.
Food's good. Food's affordable. Because the thing is, there's actually a lot of talented people here in London, but they get pushed out. Like what's happening in Brixton right now. Sad. It's good and bad because obviously money helps the neighborhood, but then like it's interesting how street food gets handled in London. The price of rent and then people need to make their food more expensive, and then customers complain. So it's really tricky, and I think that's why a lot of good chefs in London leave London to become chefs because it's too expensive.
But like in Thailand, like there's this one place that we go like basically every single day that we're there because it's cheaper to eat out than like buy all the ingredients and cook at home. We'll literally just go and it's like one woman on one moped with like two woks and a like 50-page menu. She can like literally cook everything. And I mean, she's got like a couple of other ladies that help her, but like, and she'll just whip them all up and everything's unreal. And you're just like, well, it's so simple, but
So
incredible.
good. Just feeds the
Mm,
soul. Also,
mm,
if we're talking about the moped ladies or even the uncles,
mm-hmm,
the Thai roti, there's two things you should look out for. Actually, no, three
mm-hmm.
things you should look out for in Thailand on mopeds for dessert. It's the fruit people on
Yeah,
mopeds. They have the best fruit. Oh my God. And it's ice cold. They put it on ice
yeah,
and
yeah.
they put a
It
little bit of
literally
salt.
sits on top of ice.
Yes, ice buckets and all the seasonal fruit, and you just boop, boop,
Mm,
boop, boop, boop.
yeah.
So that's so good for a hot day. And they put a little bit of salt, sometimes a little bit of salt, chili sugar, but you
Mm-hmm,
don't have to. And then the other one is the roti, auntie and
mm.
uncles. They're like flipping banana roti, crispy egg inside, bananas, condensed milk, peanut butter, and you can do Nutella as well. It's also very good with Nutella. And then they serve it with toothpicks. So
Yeah,
good. Like no matter how hot
so
it
good.
is, it is so good. And then you get it with a chayan, which is like Thai iced tea, which is
Mm,
basically like maybe a 1-to-1 ratio of condensed milk to tea.
yeah.
So good for you.
There's a real like balance in Thailand, isn't there, between like
Yeah, yeah,
quite
yeah.
healthy and then like really not.
Well, girl, we're sweating all day, so it's coming out your
Yeah,
pores anyways.
yeah.
Doesn't count.
Your fried chicken and sticky rice coming out of
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We smell so good.
We've gone off on such a tangent. But
I
for
know, I'm
Maine,
sorry.
were you finished with Maine?
But yeah, I think that was enough for me.
Yeah,
And if not, then we can take whatever I said when I landed
cool.
in Thailand.
We'll have it all. A banquet. Dessert?
Would be a form of mango sticky rice.
I saw the one that you made the other day.
Very traditional, that one.
Yeah.
But if I could do my dream one, it would be pandan sticky rice, coconut ice cream. That was the other
Mm,
thing I was going to say. The stall Thai coconut ice cream is
yeah,
unlike any coconut ice cream. It is so
really
delicious.
good.
And then also, this is Chinese, this one, but actually they have it in Thailand as well. It's called tangyuan, and it's a glutinous rice bowl. And inside there's
Mm-hmm.
black sesame. That is really delicious. And they serve it inside like a ginger brown sugar broth, and it's hot, and it just like oozes this like it's almost like inside a molten lava cake, but imagine black sesame, and then you got mochi on the outside.
Oof, I feel like I need to go to Thailand immediately to eat all of these things. Trip now.
Yeah. Or I just do this dinner party. Maybe I just do this party,
Stay tuned.
which is more expensive. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah, who knows? If there's ingredients that you want to get that you wouldn't be able to get in your regular supermarket, where's your go-to?
Siwu, Suling, Lung, Chinatown. The
Yeah.
supermarkets in Chinatown,
Hmm.
very good for Thai aromatics. If
Hmm.
you're in Borough Market, this is a place called Raya, very good for Thai aromatics. And if you're lucky or unlucky, depending if you don't like durian, I love durian. They have durian
Mm.
there as well. So a really good durian as well. So yeah, that's where I go.
Oh my God, that all sounds delicious. And everyone is going to be full up,
So full.
but in the
Yeah,
best way. Yes. Are you drinking the same drinks all the way through?
maybe some hot tea at the end
Okay,
for digestion. I love
nice.
that when you go for dim sum, there's always hot tea. Very nice. Just a nice way to
Mm,
end a
yeah.
meal.
Would you have any entertainment at your dinner party?
So usually when I do my dinner parties, my boyfriend
Mhm.
does all the entertainment, and he's very good
Okay.
at it. Shout out Saxon. His game's always quite weird. Like so,
Yeah.
another one that we recently spoke about is everyone brings their own bottle of wine, but it's
Hmm.
like wine to share, and then you have like a little story behind the wine. So not only is it
Cute.
very economical because everyone's bringing a
Hmm.
wine, and then everyone has some of that wine, people get quite excited about bringing the wine and then like
Yeah.
the story behind it, and like you can choose a really gross one or a really delicious one or a special
Yeah.
one. So I love that.
That's nice. I love that. Gonna steal that one. It's not just like people just bringing a wine for the sake of bringing a wine, like there's
Yeah,
some
yeah.
thought in it.
Yeah, and a bit of pressure because they're like, what are people gonna say? Also, like people get really into it when they talk about the wine they bring sometimes, which is funny. I just love when people get really into these things and you're like, love you.
I know I quite like it when people get like a bit deep and
So do
fun
I.
at a dinner party.
So do I.
It's so fun.
Um, the same concept works very well with sausages. If you are doing barbecue,
Yeah, that's so
really,
good.
yeah, and you're like, oh, damn it, like there's a lot of people coming, or
Yeah.
just say there's a sausage competition. Everyone bring their own pack of sausages, and then it's so good. And then suddenly you have like all these sausages,
Love
and you're
that.
like,
Love
but
that.
actually, not even economically, it's very fun. And then you get to, and
Yeah.
people get really into it, and like you'd be
Yeah.
amazed at all the different types of sausages.
Yeah. I'm gonna steal
It's
that.
very,
Sausage and
yeah.
sausage and wine party.
Sausage and wine. It feels a bit innuendo-y. I was like, I can't
Doesn't
keep saying
it?
sausage so many times. Like, I was like, I'm walking into a trap. Yeah,
They're gonna get me.
they're gonna get me. Oh no.
Oh, funny. Okay, so those would be his go-to.
Yeah,
Bring this, and then we'll
yeah,
go round. Nice.
yeah. I don't really play too many games at dinner parties because I like when it gets a little silly and like people are just chatting away. I do think one game is quite fun, like as a little break. It's quite like a good, especially if you don't know people. Like people can get quite silly in games. There's a really good one, but I don't know the name of it, where everyone puts someone they know, and then you go through stages of like it's like charades, but it gets more advanced. So it's like you can say what it is, like articulate. Then the next round you can't talk, and then the next round you can only say one word, and that gets so heated, which is really fun.
Yeah, we play that at Christmas every year. But
Yes.
we
Yeah.
do it doesn't have to be names. You can put anything you want on
Like a
the
carrot?
it just gets so chaotic. Yeah.
Oh my
And there's always
god.
a couple of really rude ones that somebody's thrown in and then when you pick it up at the acting round, you're like, for fuck's sake, why did I get this one? But it just
That's more fun with anything. I like that.
we actually played it at the hen do I was at the weekend. But the bride's husband to be was called Chris, so they were only Chris's. Like only famous Chris's. So it was just again,
Oh
really
my god,
chaotic
that's
because you're
so
like, how many
stressful.
Chris's are there? I'm confused.
Yeah. Oh my god. Also,
So
like, I don't know
funny.
what you get, but like, when under time pressure, I can't help but scream. I can only scream
Yeah.
under time pressure. I'm like,
I feel like I'm quite good at explaining, but I'm not good at guessing. Like the guessing, I'm just like so panicked. I'm like, ah, and I'm too late and somebody else has said it.
Yeah, I'm better at the guessing because like I feel like when someone is up there, I'm like trying to get in their brain. I'm like whatever movements they're doing, I'm like I'm trying to pretend I'm them. So I'm like, what would that mean? You know? So I'm just like saying so many things, and then we're like, bam, bam, bam.
Love that. Okay, amazing. We've got some entertainment if it's necessary, if you feel
Yeah,
your
yeah,
guests
yeah.
need it. Amazing. That sounds so good. I have some quick fire questions for
Okay,
you before we finish.
okay.
Sweet or savory?
Savory, unless it's Asian desserts. Asian desserts are salty. You know what I mean?
Supermarket of choice.
I wanted to say Waitrose. Oh no! But that's only because
They have
that's
everything.
they. Well, no, my old house was near a Waitrose, so I would be too lazy to walk any further. You know what though? Sainsbury's, actually, the big Sainsbury's, so good for Asian ingredients.
Yeah, big Sainsbury's is good. You can
They
usually find
have
stuff in
like,
big Sainsbury's,
yeah, they
yeah.
have the squid fish sauce. They have Lee Kum Kee stuff. They got the noodles. So Sainsbury's,
Yeah,
actually.
it is a good, yeah, you're right. I do love Sainsbury's. Takeaway of choice.
Maybe Thai because it travels well. Like if you get like a Thai curry or like a Thai salad, it will travel well. I think the issue with takeaways, most of it doesn't travel well.
Yeah, it's like it's always better the next day.
Yeah, like whereas if you get like Chinese, the noodles soggy.
Yeah, or the dumplings are soggy.
Yeah, and it's cold and you can't really warm it.
Do you have a Thai near you that you love?
No.
They're hard to come by, to be fair, when you've been in Thailand.
Yeah, I know. That sounds bad. But to be honest, I don't eat much takeaway. So that's probably why. Yeah.
Best restaurant you've been to recently?
Recently, very, very, very recently, I just went to Scully's. Specifically, just this one plate I can't stop thinking about. It's the fried chicken stuffed. It was like a chicken wing that's been stuffed and it's served on a salted duck egg sauce. That was like the crispiest chicken wing, and then inside was so juicy. Like literally, when you bit it, it was like juicing. And then the salted egg sauce was just ridiculous and it had like a sake reduction. That was really, really good.
Was everything else like still really good, or that was like standout?
Everything else was still very good, but like that plate, I would go back just for that plate. Yeah, I did just go 2 days ago, so that's very recent. Actually, a really good Thai place that's very accessible for everyone, I think, like in terms of location, is Somsa. It's really good for like if you have like a big dinner group. That's in Shoreditch. It's not like typical Thai. If you want typical Thai that I've been to that's good is Addie's in Earl's Court. That is very Thai. And if you get their fried sea bass, that's really good. So again, depends what kind of vibe you want. Some side for big groups, that's not too crazy and still like good authentic flavor. But then Addie's if you want like Thai experience.
Some great Thai recommendations for everybody in this episode. This is like the go-to Thai episode. Couple more. Top 3 herbs and spices, if you could only pick 3.
Coriander, lime leaf, and garlic.
Oh,
I
that's
think
too
yeah.
hard, isn't it?
That was so hard.
3 is really hard.
But definitely garlic. 100% garlic
Yeah.
and lime leaf. I just love those two so much. Yeah.
Favorite crisps?
Okay, one is so random, and I only remembered it because someone bought it the other day, and I was like, "Oh my god, those used to be my favorite crisps." Super random. M&S, the gigantic bags of like they got like random shapes, like we
I know the ones you mean.
the black pepper one.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't seen them in ages. Oh my god, and I had it again, and it
But
was
the
just as
problem
good
with
as I
those is
remember
you
it.
can eat so many because every time you put your hand in, it's a different one.
Yeah, and there's the lightness, it's very like throws you off.
Yeah, they've got like round one, like puffy ones, and then like actual crispy ones.
And then the other one is curry flavored crisps from this Calbee, Calbee, Japanese brand. Curry crisps. Super good. It's like instant noodle flavor. If you had a curry instant noodle flavor, that is so delicious. On
Can you
crisps.
can you get them here?
Yeah, you can. But I'm sure they'll be much more expensive.
Probably.
Yeah. Because
Like
it's
any
like
of these
import
things.
price. Otherwise, just a basic, really good salted crisp, like a good gourmet one, I also do love.
Favorite cookbook?
Also, I can't remember the names. My bookshelf is just cookbooks, but I can't remember. There's one that I'm thinking of, and it's a Japanese one, and I love it, but I can't remember the name of it. And it's like an old woman, and it's her home recipes, and I love it.
I love ones like that where it's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
very simple home
really nice
cooking.
to just like read through.
Yeah, and they have some stories in between. If I
you.
remember the name, I'll send it to you because
Yeah,
you
send
should
it to
check
me
it
and I
out.
can put it in the
Yeah.
things. Favorite condiment?
Chili oil. More spicy, more sexy.
Love, love, love. Oh, that was so fun.
Yeah, that was so fun. Thank
Now
you.
I'm
I
like
had so
really
much
want to
fun.
eat Thai food immediately.
I know. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just quit Instagram and just do supper clubs or go on holiday.
You should definitely do supper clubs.
Yeah, I well, Mom and I are definitely going to do one this year, end of this year. It is happening, and it is going to be called plastic stools. So it will be along the vibes of this, but more to come on that. That's still top secret.
Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Oh, it was so nice. This was so fun.
What are you doing for the rest of the day?
Mom and I are finishing some chili oil. Then I'm going to a dance class.
Love.
Me and my friend always go to this dance class, but I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want anyone to find us there.
Fair. I
Um,
also have started going to a dance class this year, but I also don't want anyone I know to come.
no, that's completely personal. Okay, maybe I put on my story one time, but
It's like
on
you leave
my
your
on
ego
my
at the
accord,
door and everybody just
yeah.
gets involved.
Oh yeah, like I like to wear a hat sometimes. So I'm like really in my space. I'm like I'm in step up. I'm literally in
Please
character.
do not look at me.
Yeah, don't look at me. Don't touch
Yeah, is
me.
that
I'm
that
just
girl from Instagram? No,
yeah, yeah. No, Dudu, no, not in this room.
not today.
Just does the splits. They're like, whoa, hey.
Do you want to let people know where they can find you if they don't follow you already?
You can find me on Instagram, Dudu_eats, and TikTok, Dudu.eats, but mostly Instagram. Oh,
Nice.
and also on Mob. I cook for Mob as well, which is great. They're lovely, lovely people.
So fun. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Tables to Talk About. If you enjoyed it, I'd absolutely love if you would subscribe and leave us a review. It really helps people find us and allows me to get the absolute best guests that I can for you. If we've inspired you to get hosting and you fancy yourself some playful tableware or you need help setting the scene for an upcoming event, you can follow us at Studio Dine on socials or check out our website studiodine.com for more. I'll see you next time.